I have some good news and some bad news regarding Onimai. Episode 5 was fantastic. we got we got Mahiro inside of the cute outfit, which I've been waiting for ever since I've seen it in the PV. It was super cute. Chito. I love how her voice kind of just cracks. It's super cute. And yes, it was a fantastic episode overall. Per our usual Andrew Detective Agency, we have found that yes, there is no censorship this episode, despite the fact that I thought they would censor a certain shot towards the later part. No censorship, that's great. That means that we are now 3 episodes of no censorship at this point. So I really do feel like the studio has kind of finally listened to the global version and they've kind of not censored things. I don't think they're avoiding things because, again, we got this shot this episode, but still, it's a good sign. The bad news. I've been keeping up with the manga, like I said before. I'm reading it up to the point that we get to and seeing what they kind of skip over time. Again, we still have the MMO segment, the Amnesia segment. We now have a VTuber segment that was skipped. And based on the last segment of episode 5, we sort of indicate they're possibly going to skip the Onsen episode. Now, they can still get that into the next episode because it is kind of a lengthy segment. It's actually a 2-chapter part. So maybe they were just kind of snippeting in Momoji's friends at the very end just to kind of get that out of the way, and then they'll do it in the next episode because they do bring it up. They bring up the fact they want to go to an onsen. And I really do hope they don't skip that chapter because it is hilarious and it technically implies something very important. I'm not going to spoil what it is because we can still get into it, but it is a really, really good chapter. So I really hope they don't skip it. My immediate thought was that it might be something they'll do an OVA for because it's an onsen and they maybe don't want to globally censor it, but they've technically continued on beyond it. So I hope they actually get back to it. Because again, like I said, it's technically story-wise very important. It's a very important segment, but we'll see. But no, episode 5 was fantastic. Absolutely loved it. Like I said, mostly around the fact that we finally got Mahiro inside of the wolf costume. It was super cute. I don't know how he went all the way to Kaede's house in this outfit and didn't note the fact that Mihari isn't in an outfit. But still, it was cute. But no, the beginning segments, we obviously had Mahiro actually go out on his own volition. He wasn't told to go out. He decided just randomly, I'm going to go out. I got to buy these clear files. Now, granted, it was provoked by the fact that he wanted these exclusive clear files, which, by the way, who the hell likes clear files? I know it pops up all the time on different websites when I used to buy figures and stuff, when I used to actually be able to buy them, but I never got it. Like, I never understood the appeal to clear files. I used to get them for free from Tokyo Taku Mode all the time, and it's like, I just shove them in a drawer somewhere, whatever, I decide to throw them away. I don't get the appeal to clear files. Honestly, I'd rather have like an art card or something like that rather than a clear file. I guess if you have things like cell art and stuff like that, it might be a cool thing to put into them. I just don't understand what else would you use them for. But no, it was funny because this is kind of him catching himself kind of being casual of his old self and sitting on this bench with his legs crossed and everybody seeing everything. It didn't dawn on me until I kind of breezed through it in order to check to see if there was censorship later on that technically the guys that were talking about him are the ones that he sees at the arcade, which, by the way, this is the second time we've seen Guilty Gear. So I'm guessing the production team is related to that series because it seems like this is the second time we've advertised it. Like, whenever they show a game, it's Guilty Gear. But yeah, we got him catching himself getting caught up in being a girl and the idea that he loves taking pictures of himself, which was super cute. I love seeing the feet and how he got like super excited. Again, I always get a kick out of the fact that he just kind of gets swept up in being a girl, which really sucks because he gets so into this and yet he still gets caught by this officer and brought back home and ends up completely reverting himself, which Mihari's like, oh no, this is bad. He's going to go back to being a NEET. He finally got the courage to go out on his own, and it blows up in his face. But yes, that's when we get the Halloween segment, which sucks because, while on one hand, it's really super great because the outfit that he's in is super freaking cute, and I love the trick-or-treat part. Like I said, the voicing, that kind of break in her voice is super good. But nobody else dressed up. It's like, missed opportunity. I know it goes to the punchline of the fact that he's the only one that shows up in an outfit, but still, kind of like what he says, why I was looking forward to Kaede being in an outfit, which we end up getting the entire episode because we keep getting snippets of Kaede in this succubus outfit, which, by the way, that transition card, super spicy. But yeah, I would love to see Momoji in something and Mihari in something else besides a zombie outfit. But no, this all leads to yet more Yuri baiting. But no, it really does feel like they're trying to really ramp up Momiji and Mahiro. I think I keep saying Momoji. I don't know why. I think I said that the entire last video, and I'm sure people were complaining about it. But it really feels like they're trying to ramp up Momiji x Mahiro. Like, these two getting really close to each other, Doki Doki's happening. It really is happening. But no, it's like a discussion about the idea of like the genes and how she feels Kaede stole all of the chest genes and that she's going to be flat forever. And Mahiro getting caught up in thinking about the fact that, yes, technically Mihari she's pretty sizable. So he's kind of thinking, look, I'm probably going to get something as well. And then he has to catch himself like, no, stop. Go back. I think I'm always going to get a kick out of just that slipping. He keeps doing that slipping into just full-on mindset of being a female. But no, it would have been very interesting if we got a whole segment of Momiji trying out the massaging thing. I heard that if you massage them, they get bigger. Not that I mean that way. If only Kaede didn't interrupt, that would have turned into an H scene. But no, I guess we kind of threw away my theories in this next scene because we have everybody come together and eat pumpkin stuff together. And yeah, Kaede and Momiji start to question, where's your brother? And yeah, Kaede saying, yeah, I've never met your brother. Is he supposed to be off to college or something like that? You used to always talk about him, which again kind of indicates this idea that my theory was that Kaede and Momiji knew, but this sort of indicates that they don't. Based on how they're talking here, they don't really know that Mahiro is her brother, which, like I said earlier, Mihari kind of tries to shift the conversation away from it. And it goes right into talking about the onsen, which I said is technically supposed to be the next segment, is them going to the onsen. So hopefully they come back to it later on, because like I said, it is technically 2 chapters. If we go like another 2 episodes and they don't do it, I would highly suggest reading that chapter because it technically answers a question that a lot of people I think have been having, but 2, it's pretty funny. But no, this kind of transitions into Mahiro and Mihari walking home, and yes, Mahiro questioning, what did Kaede say about that? I mean, it doesn't really matter anymore. Like, he doesn't really figure it matters anymore. But again, that goes into his mindset. Mahiro believes that Mihari doesn't like him. So if they were talking about her speaking about her brother, he assumes it was probably negative stuff. And yes, Mihari's catching that drift. And so she's like mumbling to herself, I wasn't bad-mouthing you. Again, she loved her brother, looked up to her brother, and did things to impress her brother just so that he would recognize her. It's kind of sad. But again, I think from Mahiro's perspective, she was bad-mouthing me, but that doesn't matter anymore because he's kind of grown close to her. Even if she was bad-mouthing him, he doesn't mind anymore because they're different now. So it's almost like Mihari doesn't have to worry about it because it's actually a good thing. But yes, that transitions into what is plan B? Mihari's noticing that Mahiro isn't doing much, and so he's going to go back into his old neat ways. Which I think is great that Mahiro had the whole segment where he went out, because again, it kind of broke his confidence that he had gained, and so now he's back to being a neat. He's afraid of going out because I'm just going to get caught anyways. So Mihari believes that she needs to move to plan B. Now, what is plan B? My immediate assumption is it's getting Mahiro into school. How she pulls that off is going to be the big, huge question mark, but I'm sure she's going to do some scientific thing to figure out how to get Mahiro into school. He shouldn't technically be in the government registry for their family as a girl that age, but who cares? We're not going to think about it that hard. It's an anime, which I think is the reason why they brought in Momiji's friends. Is I think that's going to be transitioning into, okay, let's go to school. I'm confident that I'm going to like these 2 friends because so far with Kaede, Momiji, everybody they've introduced so far has been fantastic. But I also skipped the whole segment with the hairstylist, which was cute. The extra service when shampooing, boing, boing, boing. I got a kick out of the end of it, which kind of makes me feel like a little bit relatable, and like, I think most of us when we were kids, you typically fall asleep when you're getting your hair done. And with how long that process takes, I don't doubt him just being like, okay, I'm just going to clonk out for a while. Which again, kind of goes in that whole aspect of like, things are so much different for females and how long that takes and how expensive that would be because of how long it takes. It makes sense. But anyways, great episode overall. Looking forward to next week as always. Hope you guys enjoyed my impressions. If you did, make sure that like button down below, comment, let me know what you thought of the episode. And for those that actually read the manga, do you think they're going to go back to it, or do you think they're going to skip it, or maybe announce later on that the second Blu-ray will have the OVA? Like I said, I hope it's just they're rearranging things. But again, technically, the main 4 were the only ones at the onsen. So if they're introducing new characters, they're just going to have to disconclude them, I guess, which is fine. But again, like I said, I really do think it's sort of important for it to be in the show. Unless they decide to bring in that aspect into another episode for a different storyline. I can see them doing it elsewhere. It's just, it's not going to be as funny. But if you're new to the channel, make sure that subscribe button so you get all my content. I do news, reviews, first impressions, top list. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. Just leave one support the channel more. We have a Patreon link, tips link, super thanks button down below. Membership, I greatly appreciate everybody that does. And y'all take care.